Hello everybody, my name is Gunnar. I'm a teacher normally at Stockholm University, but in this case I'm selected to give a number of lectures and to give a course about Agile, about the background to Agile, about what is needed to implement Agile, and of course what Agile is. So the first question, I guess, why do we change? I mean, we've been using waterfall type approaches to product management for a very long time, and honestly it's been working quite well, and in some industries is still the method of choice, of course. But I represent the computer industry, and this is what we will be talking about. This is maybe where Agile will have the most significant impact in changing or allowing us to create better software and better type of services. Because if you think back, what situation did we have when we started with IT? And you have to go quite far back, right? I mean, we're in the 2021 right now, so I guess we need to go back all the way down to 1980s somewhere, where we get started with, significant IT investments. And what was the situation then? Well, IT was used predominantly for calculations, for quite massive type projects. They were quite long normally. The situation in the marketplace was stable, with today's measures at least. And so there was no real need to be quick, and there was no real need to be able to change, because we could, with quite good certainty, create requirements, think about what we wanted, and it really wasn't going to change that much over the project time period. So it's a totally situation from where we are today. Looking at the market today, it's ever changing, it's ever increasing in pace, and this brings with it a new set of requirements. This, together with the fact that IT nowadays essentially is a part of every different organization. Every part of the organization is influenced by IT and influenced by IT projects. Looking at IT as an occurrence today, we see that IT is far-reaching, and it goes all the way into the organization. It influences almost every part of the organization. Thus, products today are very, very, very complex. I mean, I'm not talking about building a small app for an iPhone or something like that. But if we talk about enterprise type systems, they're extremely complex, right? So it makes sense for there to be a need for a new type of work method, right? One that handles change better, one that actually allows us to adjust with things we learn and knowledge we gain over time. Because this is reality. It's reality for our customers. It's reality for ourselves as part of these projects, right? So the idea of being able to define everything ahead of time in a requirements document, for example, it's somewhat obsolete. I mean, we already know that's not going to work. So why even try, right? So Agile is a shift in thinking. It's a shift in culture in an organization. So we will be talking about Agile implementation throughout this course. We will be talking about Agile, of course, in more depth and every single detail you can imagine. But I think the most important aspect to start thinking about is, how does Agile change the need for a different type of culture in our organization? How do we look at benefits? How do we look at benefit realization? What's business value? All of these things are so tightly connected to the idea of Agile that's important to remember, that we can't just be in a vacuum. We can't just have an organization that continues as nothing has changed, and all of a sudden the IT department just changes its work method to Agile. It's really not going to work. It has to be more a comprehensive change than that. But we'll talk more about that later. So for now, thanks a lot, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again.